Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 157. My name is Jason Erpeling. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Perrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and BuyandSellDVC.com.
And this episode is being aired February 7th, 2024, which means your 11th month window is going to be January 7th, 2024. And your 7th month window is going to be September 7th, 2024. As always, of course, you can find us here on YouTube. Please like, leave comments. You can find us on Instagram, X, Facebook pages, TikTok. I think Scott has some trends going up on TikTok as we speak.
You can find us on DVC Scott, which was the all-encompassing one, but just recently we did break off a Buy and Sell DVC TikTok as well. So feel free to check out both DVC Scott and Buy and Sell DVC.
And today we're going to start on the buy and sell side of things. I don't know if you have a lot to talk about, because if you do, you may have to cut me off at some point because my family did go back to, guess where? Yes, Disney's Vero Beach Resort. We stayed for 4 nights, checking in December 31st, checking out January 4th. Now, I will say, to lead off, I've never been... Like anytime I've rented a house or stayed, like I'm at the beach, it's been over the summer. So, it's going to be warm. It's going to be hot.
Same here.
You're going to be in the ocean. So part of me was like, what am I doing going on this trip? And then the weather looking towards the trip was going to be, quite chilly. So then, so we check in on a Sunday, the 31st. We arrived probably around 10:30 a.m., checked in. The room's not ready. The room is ready at 12:55. Not bad. We walked around the resort for a little bit. Now, we walked into the room. Now, keep in mind, we did have talked about how they were redoing what I thought were only the studio rooms with the pull-down Murphy bed. Mm. We walked into a garden inn room, and there was a bed and a couch. And so I was not aware of that. I was thrown off.
Yeah, I don't think there was any talk about them taking the second bed out of the in rooms and putting in a Murphy bed in there. So that was, I know he originally posted on Facebook. Everybody was kind of shocked by that. Nobody was expecting that. So very interesting stuff. So then right away, I feel like a little disappointed, because I'm like, oh, why would you change? I thought it was perfect the way it was, 2 queen beds. Now you've done this. Yeah. And so then, I went down to the front desk because I was curious if all of the in rooms had been changed to the pull down bed, and they said no. So I don't know how they chose which ones they changed and which ones they didn't change. So it's not like they were partially through the refurbishment. They're not going to change half some of them. So some rooms are going to have 2 beds, and some
that I got.
It's going to be luck of the draw.
Well, like you say, it could be that I was getting category. It could be like they're going to be changed, later on. I don't know. Now, we were in I don't think this matters, but we were in an in-room that connects to another room.
Okay, yeah, lock off. Yeah.
Lock off. So not all of them, I don't think, connect to another room, because I don't ever remember seeing a door that connected when we stayed there in the past.
Correct. Yeah, I'm sure they probably have some of the dedicated studios and some of the lock offs.
So then I didn't know if that affected which rooms they changed. So anyway, but it worked out well. The bed is super comfortable. And of course, it's just one of those things where you don't have to convert the couch. You just, it just pulls down. So, and then if you want to put it up during the day, it gives you more room. Having the couch, and I will say, the couch is not very comfortable at all, just the way it is. But the bed is very comfortable. So obviously, if you just throw it down and use it as a bed, it's going to be just like the old rooms with 2 beds there. Very comfortable. Let's see. Oh, so the big thing that I found out this year, I did not know prior, was that Vero Beach, New Year's Eve, they have a huge party. They bring a DJ out. It starts at 9:30. There's dancing. There's games. They give out hats. They give out beads. They give out all sorts of little trinkets, if you will.
Beads? Oh, it's that type of party.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras style.
Yes.
Disney's Vero Beach.
And then guess what? Goofy comes out. And it's one of those things where, like, sometimes, like, if you're at a park and then you see a character, of course, they're not stationed at that place for 4 straight hours. You only have a matter of minutes before they're gone.
Yep.
So at first, when Goofy comes out, I'm like, I'm panicking because I'm like, oh my gosh, we only have a few seconds. Dude, you have the whole, like, Goofy's there, Goofy takes little breaks. Goofy is there for 3 hours. So if you want to take a picture with Goofy this hour, you can take a picture, you can take a video with him the next hour after that, you can do a dance with him, you can do, MC Hammer Too Legit to Quit dance with him. Like, it just...
Look at what Goofy's doing for 3-4 hours. He's out there playing foosball, ping pong with the kids, golf, mini golf. He's just trying to do anything.
So you have, it's like, and so then, like, I posted, about the party coming up, and then people were commenting, and then somebody commented like, oh, you're probably going to have to wait, in a line of 200 people for 2 hours to jump in the pool at midnight. Because again, because if you think Walt Disney World itself, that no matter what you do at Walt Disney World, everything is overcrowded.
Yeah.
Vero Beach,
normally Vero Beach is nice and laid back, and so
this party, for the most part, I would say had 40 people at the party.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Now some people would,
come and go,
because again, the way Vero Beach is set up, you can come down from your room, go right back up, whatever. So I would say, but majority, you're talking maybe 40, 60 people.
Okay.
So I mean, it was the perfect amount. It was a little chilly. Now, people were asking about the pool. I mean, I'm guessing that they had it cranked up to the highest possible that they could crank it up. I mean, there was people swimming in the pool during the party, and I would say when you jumped in at midnight, I mean, I'm saying the pool was probably somewhere in the 80-degree mark. I mean, there was just steam coming off the pool throughout the entire party.
Do you remember how cold it was outside that night?
It was in the 60s.
Okay. All right. Not too bad.
So it was me, my wife, my 14-year-old, my 12-year-old, my wife, my 14-year-old. They cashed in early. My 12-year-old was going to make it till midnight. I made it till midnight with him. We both jumped in the pool. It was, and I would say the number of people that jumped in the pool, I would say was probably like 50.
Okay.
And I mean, you're just all around the pool. They do a countdown, jump in the pool. And I mean, and that was, I hadn't been swimming in the pool prior to that. Oh, it was plenty warm. So, so that worked out well. What else was I going to mention? Oh, so this time, I didn't go off property or anything to play pickleball or, we did go off property, I will say, to go to Sebastian Inlet State Park.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it was a very windy day. So luckily the boys, they didn't want to participate. They stayed back in the room. We went. And then, I mean, it's a nice area. They have the pier that they're famous for that we walked out, and there was probably 40 people out there fishing on the pier, and they're catching all sorts of fish. Like one guy caught a stingray. I mean, you're almost like fishing in the ocean the way the pier goes out. But it wasn't like, oh, we definitely have to come back here again. So, but it was nice to check out. But on the property, I mean, we did everything this time. We made paper airplanes. They do paper airplanes. Like, I think it's every other night when you make paper airplanes, throw them in the lobby. Poolside bingo. We played cornhole. Movie on the lawn. We brought our own bocce ball. We played bocce ball on the lawn. S'mores by the fire. Mini golf. And then the other news was, now, the way that this was being said to me, marketed to me, was that Disney was going to like almost redo their entire pool setup. And that's why it was going to be closed from January 8th till the end of March. But then when you get there and people are, it's just that it sounds like now they're just doing like regular repairs, if you will. So now it sounds like it's going to be open. It could be open as early as the end of February.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was I thought it was going to, I thought we're talking like redesign, but no, this sounds like it's going to be the same thing. It's just going to be, fix a little thing here, fix a little thing there. Let's see.
So now you're going to plan another trip at the end of February if they open the pool?
It's probably, we're going there in March for 2 days, and it's only 2 days because we didn't think the pool was be open. But hopefully, definitely by March, it sounds like it's going to be done. Now, I will say in the area, when you go down to the beach at Vero Beach now, you can go to the right or you can go to the left. And in the area, they all say stay off the dune, right? The way Disney Vacation Club has it set up, if you walk, so many yards to the right when you get on the beach, there's a bunch of like condominiums there, and they have it set up to where there's a boardwalk, and you're on the boardwalk over the dunes, and then you can take the steps down to the beach, so you're not affecting the dunes, right? But Disney, it doesn't have it. You have to walk on the dunes.
All right.
So the dunes are. So if you, this might be more information than you're looking for, but the dunes, basically people have to make their way down to the dunes, otherwise to get down to the beach, because it's like when you see the condos down there, the dunes is like a 10-foot drop.
Okay.
And so what I'm saying is like, if you're not the most mobile person, it may be a little, harder to get down the beach. It's not.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's not just walk on the beach.
Actually, every time I've gone to Vero, the setup has been different with like the erosion. Like sometimes they've had big drop offs and they had like a little path like cut through in the sand that you had to walk through. Like it's always different. So it's interesting to know what's going on now. And I thought about taking my parents to Vero Beach, and now you're making some good points that I don't know if that's going to work so well with them.
Well, if you go to the left, you're gonna. So when you come down to the beach, you can go. There's 2 different boardwalks you can walk out to. But if you go to the left, where there's 2, that's the easiest place to go down.
Okay.
Because if you go to the right, again, like you say, the setup is different every time you go there because you're dealing with nature, the beach.
Yeah.
So this time, all of the chairs were set up like on top of the dunes.
Okay.
So these people were literally like 5 feet away from where you walk out, where normally you walk out and these people are, 20 feet down there. They were right there. And so people are trying to walk down the dunes between these people that have chairs at Disney.
Okay.
Just want to touch on that a little bit because, let's see. But overall, I loved it. And then I took more walks on the beach. The other thing that I realized is I took a walk on the beach and then I was like, I'm not sure if this beach ever ends. And if you look on a map, I think it goes on for 21 miles.
Really? Okay. Yeah. My oldest son likes taking a walk sometimes in the morning, and we'll go walk with him, and it's always very nice. But yeah, we don't walk that far. Maybe we walk 3/4 of a mile down or a mile down and then turn around and come back. Like we've never decided to go that far away.
And then, there was members there that were fishing from the beach. This one guy caught like 9 different fish. You had, again, these were probably locals. They had like the electric bikes with the fat tire on the beach. You did have people, even though it was January, you had people boogie boarding. I didn't see any surfers, but it was nice. And they said since COVID started, I don't know what it was before COVID, but since COVID, they've been basically every night they've been at 98 to 100% occupancy, and it doesn't feel overcrowded or anything. It feels super. I guess I don't know if it's because everybody, like, you have enough people that want to go to the beach, so the beach isn't overcrowded because you have enough people that want to go to the pool, and then you have enough people that want to go explore what's near them. I don't know if everything, it just works out that way instead of.
That's one of the things I've always loved about Vero Beach. We've been there for 4th of July, which is like, completely sold out. And it never felt overwhelming. It never felt super crowded. It always kind of has the same exact feel to it, no matter when you go. I haven't gone in January, but honestly, like 4th of July felt maybe like a tiny bit more crowded than, June 10th, just like a random Tuesday or something like that. It's very, very well done. It's very split up, and it's never a crowded feeling. It's always really nice and laid back.
And plus it's, it's one of those things where, because it's not like an Airbnb or something where people are always checking in on a Friday and checking out. Like there's always, like every day you see where, there's a group of people checking out. There's a group of people checking in, and, so I mean, in summary, another fantastic stay at Vero Beach. I loved it. We're going back again, and we're going back in March, May.
I say, how many trips do you have planned for this year so
far?
So
now
this one. How many more?
So 2 nights in. So now we're going 2 nights at spring break,
okay.
And then now my in-laws are renting a place. I think that it's Marriott. I think it's pronounced Oceana. It's spelled like ocean with an A on the end.
Okay.
So that's another timeshare resort that they've rented. So now I'm going to compare. I get 2 nights at Vero Beach. Then I'm going to we'll probably stay there 3 nights at Marriott. So we'll see. I'm going to see what that's like. Like, oh, I love this.
And the Oceana is in Vero?
Or no, it's an hour and a half south.
Okay.
Right on. It's the same type of setup though, where you have the resort and a pool, and the beach is right there. Like,
gotcha.
And then 4 nights over Memorial Day. I think it's Monday night. So 4 nights over Memorial Day.
Okay.
3 nights over July, like 29th, because that's our anniversary. And then the following week, 3 nights again. So
if you ever have any Vero questions, this is the guy you go to.
So we love it.
He's a rock star there. They all know him, call him by name. He's like Norm from Cheers.
And the good news is the wife loves it. The kids love it. The kids come home and they just talk about it. And they're like, oh, we go, because then you hear stuff like, oh, when I come back next time, I want to come back next time. And I feel like, again, I'm talking way too much, but it's for us, again, we, just so you know, like we have been on cruises before. We've been on I think we looked it up because of a different episode. We've been on 17 different cruises. But for us, this is like going on a cruise, but we get to do the stuff that we want to do for as long. Like if you want to go to the beach only for an hour, you get to go for an hour. If you want to go for 5 hours, you get to go for 5 hours. You want to be at the pool and you're not bumping elbows with everybody. And if you want to go, if you want to go deep sea fishing in the area, you can do that. If you want to do surf lessons in the area, you can do that. If you want to go snorkeling in the area, you can do that. If you want to go boogie boarding, you can do that. Yeah. Like when you go on a cruise and you have all this stuff that you can do the same stuff there at Vero Beach. You can just do it with, fewer people, and you can do it longer if you want.
Very interesting.
And now we move on to the food review of the week.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
Which is me and our family at
what could Jason possibly be talking about with him doing a food review?
Vero Beach. Vero Beach dinner at Wind and Waves Market. And I did send some pictures, so hopefully the pictures are popping up. But we had the Baja style fish tacos, my wife and I, and my 2 sons had the cheese pizza. They give the cheese pizza an 8.9. They love the cheese pizza.
Rookies.
They loved it. They thought it was great. Now my son started eating the Baja tacos. He thinks they're great. He wants that next time. Again, I don't know what I gave the Baja tacos before, but I'm going to give it an 8.1. Again, you don't have to leave the resort. You don't have to wait a long time to order the food. You don't have to wait a long time to get the food. You can eat it by the pool.
I think that their dinners are some of the best bang for the buck on all Disney property. They always have really solid meals with sides. It's like, between like $9 and $11. So Wind and Wave Markets, I've absolutely loved them in the past as well. They've always been really solid, relatively inexpensive, just very good stuff. And the people who work there are always super, super nice.
Yep. And then, so then we also got desserts, and we got a triple chocolate chip cookie. Again, the name of the dessert is triple chocolate chip cookie.
I'm assuming it had chocolate chips in it.
Okay, so I would assume it had
triple the amount.
You see, if you saw the title of this,
yes,
would you have any concerns about what else might be in it?
The only thing I could think of is that I was like, does it have triple the amount of chocolate chips, or are some of them milk chocolate, some of them are white chocolate, and some of them are dark chocolate? That's my only concern. I wouldn't think that they would put nuts in there or anything like that. I would assume it would be, I think, 3 different types of chocolate chips.
So not that everyone in here
I think I've seen.
remembers every episode that we've ever done. But so we take this cookie, we're out by the pool, and again, it's me, my wife, my 14-year-old, my 12-year-old. Now this cookie is not the softest cookie, which, it's not the softest cookie. But I cut up the cookie or break it off, and I give some to, I'm not sure the order now. I give some to my 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I give some to my 14-year-old. I think I've already taken a bite at this point, and it's not, it's not the softest cookie. But I give some to my 14-year-old, and then we immediately discover it has cinnamon in it.
Oh, that's right.
My 14-year-old.
I was to say your son's allergic to something. What is it?
Allergic to cinnamon. And so that's where things take a little bit of a turn. Now he just,
for the record, I've not heard this story.
So he just has to get rid of the cookie that's in his mouth at that point. But he doesn't. It's not a situation where
not like an EpiPen,
like an EpiPen, or he's going to stop breathing. And I'm like, and so then of course I'm like, we had no idea that there, because again the name of the dessert is triple chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
So we didn't even think to ask. So now my wife and my son go in to get some water or whatever, and then they're talking, and then they find out that it was more of a snickerdoodle, and it has cinnamon in it. So then now they're super concerned about my son, but he thinks he's fine. But anyway, so rating on the cookie. If you take the cinnamon out of it, it was like a 3.1. It's not the best cookie. It's not soft. But then the resort, they called the next morning to make sure my son was okay. He was okay. But just be advised, that does have cinnamon in it, in case people are wondering.
Good to know.
Okay, I think I've taken up way too much of this episode, so hopefully you only have like 30 seconds. But now we're on to the DVC-Rental side.
I'll make it quick. And, right now, Chaps, I think, should be playing in the background because around 2 weeks ago, Disney shut down the Big River Grille at Boardwalk. This was one of my absolute favorite restaurants on property. It was, as a local, it was great they had last minute reservations. You could also find them on Open Table as well as the Disney website. It was a great location right on the boardwalk. So you got like all the perks like of being on the boardwalk. Like a lot of times we'd go to the restaurant and then we'd walk around, do some shopping, and we'd go hop on the Skyliner and take it for a little ride around. So, it had good pricing. It's much less expensive than regular Disney food. Burger and fries is $16, a salad's $15. Like, it was all decently priced, solid food. You could dine overlooking the water. The staff there was always really, really nice. Nothing right now. It's been temporarily replaced. They've thrown a couple of food trucks just literally parked in front of the restaurant for the time being, and they're selling food out of food trucks. Nobody has announced what is going to be replacing it, but if I had to guess, and I don't want to be like the Debbie Downer on this, it's going to be something more expensive. I'm guessing maybe they sat there and they said this was not expensive enough food. I'm guessing whatever comes in there is probably going to be a more expensive, elegant restaurant that's going to unfortunately hurt our pockets a little bit more. So this was and
this goes back to the 90s for this place.
Yeah, this has been around a long time. It's never, in all honesty, it was never food that blows you away. It's not amazing food, but it was just solid, inexpensive food at a great location. And I think probably Disney said, it's not going to work out, or just, it's too good of a location to have that sort of pricing. Kind of like with ESPN. Like ESPN had some very good pricing and it was a lot of fun. As you know, ESPN Zone's now gone. So I'm just guessing it's going to be something more expensive, something that I'm not going to like as much. But it was one of my favorite restaurants to visit last minute. Inexpensive. As you know, I love Boardwalk. So I love being there, and relatively easy to get reservations. So it's sad to see it go.
Plus, I guess I felt like it was always one of those restaurants where somebody comes out of Epcot late at night or, 7 o'clock. They're like, where do you want to go eat? And they're staying, they would they would go to Big River Grille. Like, that's
Yeah.
where they would go.
I mean, I've had dinner at Big River Grill with the Malik family and the Callahan family. Like,
I thought you were about to name drop like Taylor Swift or something. I didn't know what was coming out.
Taylor Swift. I mean, like all the big people. I got in a fight with a couple of Kelseys while I was there. They backed off quickly. But I mean, otherwise, I mean, it's sad to see it go. It was a very good restaurant in a great location for very, very good prices. And unfortunately, we'll have to see what happens and what replaces it. Hopefully it's something good, because I do love Boardwalk, and between them taking away this and the ESPN zone, there's really nowhere I really look forward to eating anymore. So I'm hoping they come up with something that makes it worthwhile for my family and myself.
All right, on that note, hopefully.
Barely got to talk today. This is the special Vero Beach episode, which I'm sure we'll be talking about Vero Beach many, many times in the future. But
thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you at Vero Beach this year.
Hit the like and subscribe button. And again, if you've got any Vero stories, please feel free to leave them in the comments as well. Thank you.